brain spark.
Okay, think about this for a second. You're walking down the street and bam, you find a $20 bill. Feels pretty good, right? A little win. But what about the flip side? You reach into your pocket and realize that 20 you know was there is just gone. Ugh, that feeling is so much worse. It can totally ruin your mood.
I mean, it's the same $20. So why does the emotional math in our heads feel so lopsided? Well, this isn't just you. It's a really deep, fundamental feature of the human mind. It's like a default setting in our operating system. And what's wild is when you actually visualize it, the joy you get from a gain, yeah, it's real, it gives you a little boost, but the pain from losing that exact same thing, that's a heavy weight. The difference in the emotional impact is just staggering. So here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll put a name to this lopsided scale. Then, we'll uncover its ancient roots. We'll see how it pulls the strings in your daily life. And finally, learn how to make it work for you, not against you. All right, let's get into it. This powerful, unbalanced feeling we all have, it actually has a name. It's called loss aversion. And you can think of it as a cognitive bias or really just a predictable quirk in our thinking. The core idea is deceptively simple. The sting of a loss is way, way more potent than the pleasure of an equal gain. And get this, it's not just a vague feeling. Researchers have actually put a number on it. We feel the pain of a loss about twice as intensely as the joy of an equivalent gain. That's right, 2 times. Pain is literally twice as powerful as pleasure. So let's play this out. Imagine I offered you a simple coin flip. Heads, you win $100. Tails, you lose $100. For a lot of us, that's an easy no thank you. The dread of losing that $100 just completely overwhelms the potential thrill of winning it. So the big question is, why? Why are we built like this? Is it some kind of flaw in our wiring? Not at all. It's actually a feature, a very, very old one. To get it, you have to go way back. Picture our ancestors on the savannah. Life was a constant tightrope walk. Avoiding threats, a predator, a famine, was everything. Losing your day's food wasn't just a bummer, it could be a death sentence. Finding a few extra berries, well, that was a nice bonus, but it didn't change the game. Our brains evolved with one simple rule: safety first. And that's the key thing to remember here. This isn't a bug in your programming. It's an ancient survival feature, and it's still running on our modern hardware in a world it was never really designed for. So we have this ancient alarm system built into our brains. What happens when that Stone Age software runs in our modern digital world? Well, as you might guess, it creates some pretty interesting glitches in our daily lives. You can see its fingerprints everywhere, from how you manage your money to the career path you choose, and even down to why it's so darn hard to declutter your closet. Let's talk investing. You've got a stock that's losing money. The rational move might be to sell it and cut your losses. But loss aversion screams at you to hold on. Why? Because selling makes the loss real. And the fear of confirming that loss is so powerful, it often leads people to hold on to a bad investment for far too long. It's the same exact thing with our careers. So many of us stay in jobs we've outgrown. The reason? The fear of losing that guaranteed, steady paycheck feels so much heavier than the potential joy of finding a more fulfilling but uncertain future. This even explains a related bias called the endowment effect. Basically, we place a higher value on things just because we own them. That old coffee mug you own, you'd probably want $10 for it, but you'd only be willing to pay $5 for the exact same one. Losing it just feels more significant than acquiring it. Okay, so we've established this bias is powerful and it is everywhere. What can we actually do about it? Well, the trick isn't to fight against it. It's to learn how to work with it. You can't just switch off this ancient programming. It's hardwired. But, and this is a big but, simply becoming aware of it, knowing it exists and recognizing its voice, that awareness is a legitimate superpower. So here's a simple 3-step framework. First, just notice the fear. Ask yourself, is the fear of loss driving this decision? Second, weigh your options as objectively as you can. Actually list out the potential upsides and downsides. And third, zoom out. Think about your long-term goals. Is this choice moving you towards them, or is it just calming a short-term fear? The next time you feel paralyzed by a choice, just pause and ask yourself this one powerful question. Is my fear of losing blinding me to the possibility of what I could gain?
So the crucial point is this. The goal isn't to become fearless. It's to make sure that the fear of loss isn't the only voice making the decision. It's about giving opportunity an equal say.
So I'll leave you with a challenge. Knowing that your brain has this built-in overreaction to loss, what's one decision in your life you might look at with fresh eyes?